His case captured the attention and fears of a whole community. Robbers broke into a pot shop, then shot and killed the security guard on duty. Travis Mason was a former Marine, a young husband, and a dad. Thanks for joining us at 4. I'm Sam Shocker.
I'm Alexandra Lewis. Loved ones are now marking 10 years since his death as police offer a new angle of an old surveillance photo, just hoping somebody maybe can give them a new lead. Jennifer Meckles takes us to Aurora for an update.
On this stretch of road, near Quincy and Reservoir in Aurora, a lot has changed in 10 years. But for one family, what happened here has frozen time.
Travis was, fresh out of the Marine Corps. He was a young father. He had a young marriage. He was barely getting started in life.
Travis Mason was just 24 years old when he was shot and killed working as a security guard at a former marijuana dispensary along this road, June 18th, 2016. The suspects were captured on camera, but faces and arms covered. To this day, nobody's been arrested for the crime.
I think technology is going to develop, and I have faith in people. I think at some point somebody's going to come forward.
Matthew Dominguez grew up with Travis, brothers in family, and brothers in military service too. 10 years later, his whole family holds grief and hope together.
Travis's passing was really, really hard on my parents, so it's always a touchy subject, even now past, not just with the 10-year mark, but every day is hard on him.
All he was really trying to do was to provide for his family, to work a job and make money to provide and put food on the table for his kids.
Aurora police say the case has gone cold, no new leads for a long time. But they promise to keep working it, even sharing a new angle of those surveillance pictures with the suspect pointing a gun. APD says even the smallest tip can help.
Just give us the chance to work it, to look into it.
I know I see cases every day on the news of things getting solved 20 years ago. So I feel like it can happen. I just hope it happens within my parents' lifetime.
Matthew says family members still celebrate Travis's birthday and they honor his military service every year too. Now the reward in this case, it's still there and it's pretty big. A lot of organizations over the years have added to it. As of last check at Crime Stoppers, it has hit $45,000, and that is where you should go if you have any tips to report as well. Guys?
Yeah, Jenny, thank you. And as the the officer had stated, all they need is one little thing to go off of.
Yeah, something that maybe feels insignificant,
Right.
might not actually be insignificant to the case. So any tip can help.
All right, Jennifer Meckles, thank you.
Giving you a live look outside now, another beautiful June day. The Father's Day weekend is shaping up to be a really good one, albeit a little hot, but we'll take it. Chris Bianchi, what's going on over there?
Well, you said it. It's a little hot, but at least it's not going to be as hot as it will be tomorrow, right? We're peaking. Alex is laughing at me, but the heat will peak tomorrow for us in the Denver area. Then it cools back down for Sunday and early next week. La Junta, this is where we could still see an isolated storm this afternoon. Better chance for storms in La Junta and the eastern plains tomorrow, but still southeast plains could get a gusty storm today. In Denver, we'll stay dry. It's around 80. It is beautiful outside on this final Friday of spring, our second to last day of spring. Summer officially begins at 2:24 a.m. on Sunday morning, so about 36 hours away. 80s, 90s eastern plains, a lot of 80s in the high country, 94 in Grand Junction. That's the hot spot in the state right now. That wind, though, will pick up tomorrow. That means increased fire danger for tomorrow in particular. Fire weather warning covers most of the mountains and southern Colorado. Could see gusts up to 45 miles an hour. So please be smart tomorrow and take those, just be smart right here in Colorado with those extra fire dangerous conditions. Now, southern Colorado, we do have a few showers and some rumbles of thunder in the San Luis Valley. This is pushing east, but we're staying mostly dry across the state today, including here at 20th and Blake, where tonight should be a beautiful evening for baseball out there at Coors Field. Tomorrow, though, a bit different. We do have a chance for storms in Denver, better chance for some large hail, maybe even some tornadoes across the eastern plains. I'll tell you about that in just a few minutes.
Coben Porter, brother of former Nuggets forward Michael Porter Jr., is joining MSU Denver's men's basketball team a little over 2 years after being sentenced to prison time for vehicular homicide. Porter was on DU's team in January 2023 when he ran a red light and crashed into Kathy Rothman's car, killing her and injuring an Uber passenger inside. Porter was speeding and driving drunk. He was sentenced in June 2024 to 6 years in prison, but he's now out on parole. MSU Denver's athletic director said in a press release that the university recognizes the seriousness of Coben's past and the harm caused.
A Colorado Supreme Court ruling out of Telluride this week is raising new questions about a high-profile development project in Greeley. The Cascadia project would bring a hockey arena, water park, and a hotel to the area. However, people in Greeley voted to repeal a zoning change, putting the project on pause back in February. This week, down in Telluride, the state Supreme Court ruled in a similar case. They said people cannot vote to change a planned unit development agreement. They said that's because it's an administrative decision, not legislative. A planned unit development is a type of mixed-use space that can combine homes and business. We spoke to our legal expert about whether this could impact the vote in Greeley.
People who support the Cascadia project now have a leg to stand on, but it's a pretty shaky one because this is a original zoning decision, not an amendment, such was in the case before the Supreme Court in the Kavanaugh versus Telluride decision.
Greeley says it's reviewing the ruling and impact it'll have on the Cascadia project. They have not made any decisions.
The home of one of Denver's most prominent couples could soon become a historic landmark. The Webb House at 2339 Gaylord Street near City Park is home to Wellington and Wilma Webb. Wellington was Denver's first black mayor, serving from 1991 to 2003. Wilma served in the State House and helped establish MLK Day as a state holiday before it became a federal holiday. The Webbs bought the house in 1971. They're now teaming up with History Denver and History Colorado to seek a historic designation. City Council will vote on that on Monday. Behind every meal, Community Food Share provides there's a neighbor, a family, a child who needs that help.
In Boulder and Broomfield counties alone, that adds up to more than 30,000 meals every day. It's why supporting 9 Cares Colorado Shares Drive can make such a difference. With gas prices, inflation, lots of families' wallets are feeling the pinch. The CEO of Community Food Share says the food bank is seeing an increase in sustained need across their community.
When budgets get tight, the first thing that goes is food. It's dispensable, right? Like all of a sudden you don't get that produce because it's a little too much money, and maybe you get something a little less nutritious. So we want to make sure that about 70% of the food that leaves our facility is either produce, dairy, or protein, which is huge for those who are coming to our facility.
Our 9 Cares Colorado Shares Drive runs through this Sunday. And thanks to your help, we've raised about $310,000 for families in need, which means we're just $40,000 short of our goal. You can scan this QR code to get to our donation page. You can also donate when you're checking out at King Soopers, and you can find all this information on our website, 9news.com/9cares.
The United States is off to its best start to a World Cup ever. The Americans beat Australia 2-0 in Seattle today to guarantee they will advance to the knockout stage of the tournament. It is the first time ever the U.S. has clinched their spot after the first 2 games of group play. They can win Group D if Paraguay beats or draws with Turkey later on today. Now, if Turkey wins, the U.S. just needs to draw against them to clinch the group. That game is next Wednesday back in L.A.